Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to VanillaTV for an awesome night of TF2 action. As per usual, the Nations Cup, 6v6 Nations Cup this time around. I believe you guys have been watching Highlander over the past week, 2 nights in a row. Until we had a break yesterday, actually, on Wednesday. There was nothing left around to cost, so we figured, you know what, why not? We'll just kind of sit here and take a break. But today we're back. VanillaTV is back in action. With none other than Pledge and Skully, who've been costing loads of 6v6 over the past weeks. And one team we've been costed multiple times already, Team Russia, is going to be in action tonight once again. We have the playoffs coming up, ladies and gentlemen, in the 6v6 Nations Cup of ETF2L. This is the first match in the playoffs, I believe. I don't think there's been any playoff matches so far. This is the first one that's starting from a total of 3 tonight. And we're going to be watching this one, the one that is, in our opinion, the closest. And yeah, Skully, to be honest, Sweden versus Russia, it's a matchup that you can expect a little bit further up, but already in the round of 16. That's a treat for us.
Oh, it's a real treat. Treat! There are some... I've only just started and I've said some bad stuff. There are some really nice games that we could possibly have early on in this tournament, and this is a prime example. I mean, Russia-Sweden are two teams which I don't really expect to see them at this stage. Maybe a quarter-final, semi-final, not the Sweet 16. And with the way that both teams are playing, it's just lined up to be quite a classic.
Yeah, definitely. I really have no idea exactly how this one is going to pan out. We spoke about it a little bit before, like it can go either way. The prediction that I made and the prediction I'm going to stay with it, if Russia wins, it's going to be in 2 maps. Like I firmly believe that Sweden's going to win Snakewater because of the sniping power that they have within their team, and Russia really doesn't have that. Like they have a couple of guys who are all right, but the Swedish guys are better snipers, and I believe they will be able to utilize that on a map like Snakewater. Granary and Gully watch the first 2 maps though. Granary, to me, I have no idea who's going to win that.
Granary is always the even map because of the way the map is, the way it can be played, the way that just one simple backer, and we have seen it. We saw it in fact with Norway USA that we casted on Sunday. We see that a backcap is a prime way of winning in this game, and so this is really going to make it even, and expect some very fast rounds in this first map. Which, as much as I've got a different opinion on who's going to win between myself and Pledge, I can't even predict this map because it just feels that close. I mean, you've got the strength in the soldiers that the Swedes have because they have the best soldier in Europe voted by the community in Zebbosai. And when he gets hot, he is going to be amazing. Yeah. Then you look at what the Russians have got, and, well, need we say who they've got? They have just got a crits machine.
The machine, are we going to call him that? Is that going to be his nickname for today?
I don't know, shall we? Because basically I think he will be playing crits. I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
It was ridiculous last week, wasn't it? I mean, we cast, was it Russia versus Ireland, which is what we did. And Ireland, we all thought they had them on Badlands. We really thought Ireland had them really in, like, basically in the coffin already. Nils were already put in. And for some reason, GDK just crits himself out of that coffin and managed to save the entire motherland by winning Badlands there, actually. And it was a really good job by him. He got a 6-man with crits. Well, we thought he was not really going to be able to do anything. It was crazy, and we expect a lot of crits tonight. I'm not going to lie, viewers, we expect a lot of crits out of the Russians tonight, because that's just what they do. They did it against Israel, they did it against Ireland. Whenever they lose, whenever they're a little bit behind, they love doing this hyper-aggressive strat with crits all the time and play from there on out. Really just taking the Ubers out of the equation and just keep deathmatching and deathmatching and deathmatching. And a Delman like GDK, fantastic.
GDK is just a... yeah, he is... I don't know what the best way to call him, because he's aggressive, but he backs it up. I mean, you could be aggressive and fail, and then you could be aggressive and back it up, and that's what he does. It's like, we sat there because he's not been playing constantly in this team. They have another demo man called Hitman, who plays mainly for them. So when GDK came in, we questioned would it work, and he came out, and basically, if I went for that 6-man, I don't think that game would have been won by Russia, because that was the biggest momentum change I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So, GDK is basically almost like the main fragger for the Russians, but they do have other stars. I mean, Forsaken is a respectable soldier.
He's aggressive, isn't he? Like,
He is.
seriously, we saw him on Badlands against the Israelis, he jumped every round. He did the exact same against Ireland, he jumped every round. And he doesn't always, like, mix it up all that much. I think that is one of the issues that he has, is that he usually does the same. But we'll see how it's going to happen, though, as the game is probably going to go live here. Yes, the game is going to go live, and no, it's not actually going to go live.
Okay, that's
so I'm going to wait. The plugins got reloaded, and last player's leaving the server, and now there we go. Now the plugins are going to be unloaded. The last player left the game, and now we have 12 in the server ready to rock and roll, Skully, and we'll see how this first middle is going to pan out. Unloaded, reloaded, and now the game is finally going to start. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, very much welcome here, ladies and gentlemen, to VanillaTV, where we have the first playoffs game coming up here for you guys. In the round of 16, we have Sweden in the red, actually, against Team Russia in the blue, coming up on Granary. CP Granary is going to be the first map for you guys, as yeah, we have Skully here on the cast together with me. Pledge Comedian is going to be on the stream, bringing you guys the action with an aggressive Russia to come out with.
Russia really aggressive. GDK got there first, but here comes the soldier aggression. Is that Zebbosai? That is Zebbosai. That is exactly what we talked about at the start. Zebbosai is going to be really aggressive, and look at the Russians they've had to pull out. Zebbosai jumped right into the garage area to take out White Glove. What a play! And just look at Beavern and Nace wrapping up the kills there. That's a brilliant wipe for Sweden, all on the back of Zebbosai's pick.
Good stuff there coming out from Zebbosai, getting that pick straight off the bat and then just pushing on exactly as fast as they should. They're going to cap the second point. Uber, massive advance. There needs to be some sort of spy, some sniper, or anything, or the Russians are going to be in a world of hurt. We'll see if anything like that is going to come out. We have Ordinator spawning. Nope, they're going to play with the standard lineup. What you need to do if you defend as the standard lineup, you want to force them early, and you want to drop out towards the other side to basically create the distance to be as much as possible. But you can already see the Russians are not forcing. Look at this. Now they're getting forced. They do drop Zebbosai, though, so if there's any chance of holding, it's going to be right now. Both soldiers from Sweden already down, Skully.
But they need to get some people on that side, because they've not got enough people on one side, and they are holding this. And that is some real good play from the Russian. Just one scout, keep White Glow alive, and you've got this. He's on 40. He's finally got the Uber. He's on that. There we go. He's got the Uber. He's going to push forward with the scouts now. The scouts are going to try and get some time on this. They hit a couple of soldiers. Look at it in the Z area. We call it Z because that's what it looks like. It's a capital Z. A ×4. They're double capped. They're brilliant. They're real nice defense with no Uber from the Russians.
Yeah, very solid. They didn't get that pop-in, but they got that very important pick on the aggressive soldier. That means there's a lot of less aggression coming out from them, which gives them an easier chance to obviously defend. And we'll see how it's going to pan out for Russia, though. They're going to move on with this Uber ready to rock and roll. But to be honest, they need to be a little bit quick. TheSucker, medic for Team Sweden, already on 65%. They need to be a little bit quick here. Zebbosai does get taken down. A little bit of aggressive play coming out of there. And they're going to move in right now into middle here, Skully. But they might be a little bit slow. I think, yes, Sweden's going to get it.
They are too slow, and they're hesitating. They're letting... Lynx is there, just constantly spamming. Yeah, now they're going to fight for it. Are they going for free? No, here comes a lovely pop there. Ubers are now exchanged, and now watch what the Russians are going to do. They're going to stay in this point. They've lost GDK, though. Need to keep their scouts alive, and you see a couple flashes there from the medic to keep the Uber on the scout. Scouts are trying to go, but the Russians are losing players here, though. They have lost a lot there from Lynx and Nace.
Yeah. If Nace and TheSucker actually did go down there, I think Russia would have won that point, but they both stayed at about 30 to 40 HP, barely surviving out of there. Zebbosai now, Beavern is weak as well, 7 HP, but he's still going to keep on fighting here, and the Swedes basically just surviving little bit. Like, if they had a couple of more damage outputters coming out from those Russians, the Swedes would have been dead, and they would have not been able to make this push. What happens right now is they're actually going to get this move on. The Uber is going to be equal, and we'll see how this is going to move out. TheSucker, 65, he's going to have to get this Uber, have to get this met pack, and the Swedes should be in last any second.
But White Glow has got the Uber. He's really been keeping that. He had a small advantage, and it was quite equal. They need to say it now. Look at Zebbosai. That's Zebbosai going for a... He's not. He's pulled out the way. Real nice safe decision there to pull out when he can. Jukebox. Oh, they've lost Zebbosai, though. Just as I'm saying that Jukebox is low, they lost Zebbosai. This is going to delay any type of push that they're going to do. Maybe. We know that Zebbosai is an off-class, and maybe he's going to go sniper. Maybe that could be the pick that will set this round up for the Swedes.
Yeah, let's see. The Russians, it doesn't look like they want to push whatsoever. He is going to go sniper. That is the strategy. I spoke to Zebbosai earlier. He said they do have specific strategies coming into this map. So we'll see. Zebbosai known to play heavy from time to time. alternating it with Rebelli in TCM. Sorry.
Oh!
And we'll see. There you go. Nice sticky trap coming up. Was it a sticky? Yeah, it was actually.
I was watching down that scope.
Killing Zebbosai off, and it's more like a very high pick, or what is it? High risk, high reward. You know, it's if you get the pick, it's fine. If you don't, it's pretty much bad. We'll see. Forsaken is now going to go down. Zebbosai is going to change the soldier, which is the correct decision, and they're going to move in before Forsaken spawns. And Zebbosai is going to come in a little bit late. Uber gets triggered. Counter Uber gets popped, and both teams here duking it out on last. And I expect the Swedes to not be in time here. No, the Swedes are not in time. They're going to get caught off, and this is going to be a huge win for the Russians if they manage to actually hold down to the last point.
They are late. The Russians. Oh, look, the Sucker is low. Now the Suckers only got linked. I don't know where they have pulled up in. They have pulled all the way back to their... Yeah,
Stickies are on the point, so we'll see. Stickies have been spotted by the Russians, so the Russians are going to be able to maybe not cap this, but they're definitely going to get a lot of time on this. Reko does get taken down, but the pressure coming out. Lynx, 18 HP, does get shut down.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Great rocket from Ordinator there.
That's a great pick. Now watch the Russians. They're just going to be complacent the whole back because they don't have any Uber. I don't know why they have not been building. I did not see White Glow go down. But the Russians are just going to cap. Yeah, the Russians are going to. I did not see that. Russians are just. The Swedes are just going to cap this again. So
he got picked by Beavern on that last CP, so they have just a massive Uber disadvantage. Nothing to really work with. Like, they killed the demo man off, but it's not 100% perfect to push in there with that 5 versus 5 scenario. I mean, you don't have an Uber, you don't have a medic advantage. Jukebox jumping in, look at that! Lands on the medic's head, shuts him down together with Nace. Great play coming out from the Swedes. And this is an Uber that counts, this is an Uber that works for them. And even though Forsaken gets a lot of damage in, the Swedes are going to take the first CP here. 1-0 in CP Granary.
I like that. Zebbosai for the whole map was being the aggressor and almost like the Roman role soldier. And on that last, he decided, you know, they switched it up and had Jukebox go for the aggression. Which you think probably isn't a big deal. It is a big deal because it's different styles and it worked for them. So let's just see what they're going to do on this mid now. We see GDK, as usual, with the fastest.
White Glow crits.
Hey,
here we go. The Russians already... when the Russians are behind, they go crits. That's the way they do it, and they're already going to do it.
Double bomb! Wow.
Here we see the double bomb coming in, and oh my god, Jukebox does get taken down. Great rocket
White
play
Glow's
there.
got
Lynx
crits.
is so weak. Look at the health on the Swedes.
Watch GDK, watch GDK, here it goes!
Oh my god! That's one pick, Skully, but it's not enough. 95% on the Sucker. 97, 98. Is he gonna get it? Yes, he is.
There was a couple of stickies I thought there could really have gotten the Sucker, and the Master of Dropping does not drop. I'm just gonna call that because it's a community joke, and I'm just gonna keep it like that. He just saved their bacon or whatever the Swedes eat.
They took the middle, but it's not over yet, Skully. Let's point this out. I mean, obviously the Uber, even though like it was crits versus Uber, but the crits build so much quicker that you actually immediately have another advantage. And the Russians, how are they gonna play this out? 97% on the crits at the moment. Are they gonna push on the dot? Yeah, and are they gonna catch them off? It looks like yes. The Sucker barely getting out of there, but I think 2 picks. For the death of Ordinator, it's still fine. The Sucker not even close to having Uber. And if the Russians can control the Swedish scouts right now, Skully, I think they're fine.
I think they are fine, and then they've got Jukebox and Zebbosai down. They've got Lynx down. Oh, what an arrow kill from White Glow! Oh, you've always got a bit excited with a White Glow female. Here's the thing: the Sucker's got 70% Uber.
Not even close. It's not even close.
Cap it?
Yeah, I think they can cap this in time, definitely.
Oh,
two of the scouts on the point. Only 90% of the Sucker so far. They're going to cap that off. And we're going to see, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think the Swedes should be trying to push in here. But they might
have not got a read of it. They've not got a read of this. Uber gets popped off there. They've lost Forsaken. They've got Redzzz low. I think Redzzz is behind. I'm not so sure, but look at this bear, the back cap. I thought I saw Redzzz behind. He is going to be attacked by a scout. He gets it.
Crits 95. Crits is 95.
They don't need it.
They're looking forward. They don't need the block. Is Redzzz just going to leg it? I think, yeah, Redzzz is just going to leg it. Is he going to be able to get that in time? Zebbosai is probably going to be chasing him up, but he's nowhere to be found. There comes Zebbosai. What a shot.
What did I say at the start? This is a game where, this is a map where you're going to have a lot of backcapping, and I thought I saw Redzzz go by them. That looked like a very bad communication break up there because Redzzz just walked right past the Uber combo.
But the thing
I
is,
could not believe that.
At that moment in time, during the communication, you have like the call on crits. When is that crits actually going to hit them? And it digs into your mind. Like, you don't really think about that scout behind you anymore. You try to ignore it because you need to hit that medic in time. And we can see White Glow, you know what, crits work, we're just going to run it again. And it would not surprise me if they run it full time. Going into this middle, though, we can see the Russians being very aggressive. Do take down TheSucker. What is the follow-up going to be? GDK is crucial here, and he has that Uber ready in his face in just a second.
Zebbosai got behind, and the crits had to be popped off because of they were under pressure. And they got one kill with the crits, but they're about to wipe them out.
Nice. That's the meta kill they needed, though, Skully. I mean, seriously, if White Glow stays alive there, it doesn't matter that they had to pop that crits because it builds so quickly. You're going to have it again in time. And what happens now, we can see TheSucker is going to have, I think, 15% he should be having. Let's see, yeah. 15% more or less is going to be the read on that. White Glow, are you still running crits? I think he will. The second point should, by the way, not be kept. No, he's going Medigun. That is the correct decision, by the way. I just want to point this out. Really? That is great game sense, getting that Medigun back out, but TheSucker actually goes down, and Reko completely clutching the game. So everything I just said is completely moot.
Well, a sign that is always said for us, which I've always learnt by, on this type of map, that you've got both medics down, no matter which one respawns first, unless, if it's in 10 seconds, go crits, because there is no advantage, and you're on a fresh play, and it's almost like a mid-fight again, as we can see. I want to say, great defense there for the Swede, and we're now going to see, this could be interesting, because I don't think White Glow's had a successful Uber push for a while.
Oh my god, he popped Uber! Oh my god, he drops actually Uber. I thought he was going to pop it, but he actually ended up dropping that Zebbosai with a fantastic bomb coming in there. I don't know if you caught that, but that was a fantastic shot. Way too fast, and Zebbosai just all over the place. That was fantastic to see.
Russians are now going to go aggressive. They're going to play the game of you took our medic, we'll take yours. So now expect the Russians to try going for the suck. They have not yet, but they have taken out a lot of people for the Swedes. They've only got a couple respawners. So I think we're just going to they're just going to retreat.
Ordinator's on top of their face at the moment. Look at that. Ordinator's dropping.
Look at that.
He's down. Sucker is down. Great play coming out from the Russian Skully.
Double kill. Zebbosai double kill.
Triple. He gets the hat trick in onto White Glow.
That is a hat trick and a half. Wow. That is just as we thought the Russians had it. Nope.
That was fantastic play from both sides, to be honest. Very individual, high quality. The Russians showing themselves as a team right there, letting the scout cap, forcing the Swedes to try and block that, and then suddenly two players hopping in from the side, taking him down, and TheSucker didn't even know where to hit him.
Yep, that is just what they needed. And do I see crits? Yeah, look at that. White Glow's gone back to crit. He knows that he can't do much.
I don't know, man. I think they're not going to have it. Like, they're going to have it in time, but I don't think they'll hit it in time in order to actually kill TheSucker if the Swedes built the super properly.
Let's watch it, because for those who don't know, and I want to say welcome to all the viewers on Twitch TV, that the Kritzkrieg will recharge faster. So you will see that little percentage bar on White Glow, the blue medic. That will go up faster. And look, it's at 100. Now they've got to dot it. They've got to dot it. Where are they? They are nowhere to be found.
TheSucker has it. TheSucker has it. So the Russians didn't push it on the dot right there. They could have, and they could have hit like a 3-second window. They didn't. So we'll see. Right now, it looks like the Swedes want to push in here. Forsaken has gone down. So we have a 6 versus 5 scenario here, Skully. Very much in favor of the Swedes.
It looks like, this is what I think it is, it looks like they're going to try and let the Swedes try for a free cap and then surprise them with the crit.
Redzzz is around the point. Redzzz is going to have to force that Uber, I guess.
Oh, the crit has been forced, but that's it, that's down, because you do not get any invulnerability with the crits. So technically
great
drop,
force there, great force. Ordinator actually getting that force in, jumping in from the side, perfectly fine right there. Forcing that Uber in, it's obviously going to help him out on second. A little bit of a back cap might throw Sweden off their game just slightly, but it shouldn't really stop the Swedish train moving forward, though.
Well, you say that, it all depends on can they get that one scout, and they have stopped, but they've had to they had to pull out. So
it took a while.
Yeah, it's now Sweden on the front foot again. And White Glow is still Kritzkrieg. He's got nothing.
He didn't get helped at spawn. Like, it took him literally 20 seconds to actually walk all the way to where he is right now. If they would have been building that time, even right now would have been equal, and they would have had that window again. But instead, they have a massive disadvantage that Kritzkrieg is not going to help him. And it's going to be a little bit of a weird duel, because we said this last time when we casted Ireland versus Russia. It looks like they're going to massively fail this. It looks like Kritzkrieg is the wrong decision, the timing is not going to be right, and they pull off a 6-man with GDK, so I'm guessing that's That's the man to watch. How are they going to use this crit screen against the Uber from the Swede that is about to conquer them right now?
Oh, I'm just watching White Glow. They went the other way to where the Uber was. Okay, watch the crits. Watch the crits. Nothing.
No one's dying yet. No one's dying yet.
Now, you see, the stickies haven't been deployed. Oh, now they've been deployed. You could have. Oh, GDK. GDK just had a brain fart because he had crit stickies waiting on the door, detonated them, ran to the door, and got killed by stickies himself. Oh, this is a train crash. This is a train crash. We're gonna see. I think.
Oh, TheSucker 20 HP, barely getting out of there.
We're gonna see this. Yeah.
Yep, the Swedes are going to cap this very easily. 2-1 is going to be the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen, here in the ETF2L 6-on-6 Team Fortress 2 Nations Cup between Team Russia in the blue and Team Sweden playing in the red. Do we see the crit screen coming out? Yes, we do. For Team Russia. We have a 2-1 scoreline at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first map here. And if you're new here, joining us here at TF2 on Twitch TV, thank you very much for joining us. We'd love to have you guys here, and please stay tuned.
Yes, someone is saying we like crits. Well, White Glow just loves to play the crits instead of the regular OOP, and it works for them. Look at that. Lynx has gone down already for the rush for the Swede, but Jukebox is trying his best. Took out Redzzz and White Glow. Demo man for a medic. Oh, the medic is going to go down. Look at the Swede stuff. The Swedes are relying on their soldier aggression, and I think this is something that Zebbosai mentioned to me. The soldier for the for Sweden. He mentioned it earlier, that the soldiers are going to be the key players for the rush for the Swedes.
Nace
and
he's got a 4-man there as well. Like, the soldiers, key players, yeah, because of the aggression, but Nace got a quadra, so that's actually very well played to him. They lost their demo very early on, and the Swedes said, you know what, all or nothing, we're just going to go for this, and TheSucker even stayed alive, which to me is like the biggest surprise ever.
Wow, that's I don't know if that's still a community joke. That's a real surprise. Anyway, but now he popped that oop. Look at him forcing back White Glow and the rest. Look at the forcing back. Really just using the Uber as a roadblock.
Yeah.
And they're getting killed. They're not getting on that point. They have
need
not
GDK.
got the kill.
They need GDK, Skully. That is it. Like, they lost 2-3 players now, and if they cannot get GDK down, it looks like no, they actually can't. It's never going to work. They're going to try right now. Soldier's going to move in, and are they going to take him? Yes, they are.
Took him. They could not catch him in time to heal him. Oh, that is real. So now what we're going to see here, we're going to see it's going to be a stalemate, and if I'm right, that is White Glow with Uber. I did see that, so they want to regroup as fast as they can. Sweden. Oh, Zebbosai's gone spy. Sorry, that's just completely.
He's just off there.
He is using the spy just to see, because when you go spy and you cloak up, it shows what weapon the person you're disguised as. So he's going medic to see what White Glow's running.
Crits or whatever. Yeah. See there. Oh, that was very, very clever.
That is a lovely. That is a
high level play right there.
And the Ubers, look at that, the Swedes popped the Uber off first, have not switched it, or have not switched the Uber, changed it, so they're going to get more Uber as well. But look at this, they have pushed Russia back. Russia can't even contest a second.
Oh my
God. A jump!
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen, dude. Sweden's gonna clutch this.
Wow.
Like, White Glow got caught in there out of position. I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously they caught GDK. White Glow needed to heal him, and therefore he got caught out of position. Within no time, the medic of the Russians was dead, and obviously from there on, it just steamrolls through. Moving on to the fifth middle right now. Obviously, scores 3-1 to Sweden at the moment. Sweden definitely in the driving seat, but Russians have come back from worse.
Well, yeah, Russia have come back from 2-3-0 deficits, so we can see anything here. I'm surprised White Glow's still going Uber. I don't know if it's just a confidence thing, or it's the opposition. Again, we see Russians being aggressive, have not picked up the soldier, and they got Beavern. Can they get that soldier? Zebbosai goes down, they've lost Forsaken. Scout and a soldier traded each here. We've got a scout battle on the right. I think the Russians may win that, and the Swedes have pulled out. And
you know what the thing about that middle was, is that Beavern and Nace, and even Zebbosai, they were low HP after 5 seconds. Like, literally, 5 seconds in, they were already below 100 HP. So TheSucker's heals could not be focused on Lynx right there, even though he had to. So it kind of just snowballed. Like, the health kind of snowballed out of control for the Swedes. They made the correct decision dropping out of there. And now we have a standard 6 versus 6 fight. I don't think the Russians mind. They're going to go towards garage area on the left side. The Uber in. They catch the Swedes off guard, Skull, but I'm not 100% sure this is the best move.
Oh, look at the Russian, look at the Swedes. They pushed White Glow out. White Glow's on his own. Zebbosai just with no Uber just walked out and just killed him. And wow, what a kill from Forsaken there on Zebbosai. Just to get some return there. The Russians are going to have to retreat here unless they get another kill. A scout maybe the kill. Okay, Beavern goes down. Oh! GDK comes from the side and says hello and takes the not White Glow, that's his medic. Takes the sucker. What a play from GDK again. He doesn't need no crits.
He's the guy to watch, isn't he? Like, it's fantastic to see this guy just doing his work for the Russian team. It really shows how that one is supposed to be played. He's a very fragging focused player, and you can really see that coming out. He loves coming out from the flank. He loves making those plays, and it just works out for him. It works out for the Russian team. And again, we see the off classes come out for Sweden. We have the heavy running as Beavern.
And look how far forward the heavy is, though. Okay, he's now walking back, but they are playing really forward. They are building this as fast as they can to try and negate any disadvantage just that they have. That's I'm talking about the Swedes here. So they are now going to hold far forward because if they get an Uber through there, and there is going to be no Uber. Wow, they've Uber without Ordi. Ordi dropped and they've gone without it. They've got to focus Beavern on the heavy. They're going to focus Beavern. Can he get him 18
GDK is missing all his pipe. GDK missed everything. This is one failed push if you want to talk about one. In the dictionary, under fail, they actually show this push. That is actually, there's not a word there, there's a video there of exactly what just happened. That was awful, they didn't kill any players, and even didn't force the Uber or anything like that. TheSucker didn't even have Uber, and GDK missing 4 pipes in a row, not doing any damage whatsoever, and Sweden is going to say, thank you very much, we're going to keep moving now, and we'll see you back on the middle point.
Wow, have you been reading Encyclopedia Britannica or something?
Yep. It was right there, fail.
Wow.
Showed that.
Well, here's not a fail. The Sucker's managed to Uber. He's Ubered early, but that's okay because White Glow does not have Uber, and White Glow is locked. Back-cap! Again! They missed the back-cap!
Oh, it's a double! It's a double! Yeah, they're gone! They're gone! The Swedes are gone! The Swedes are gone! There you go, second time that the Swedes actually have this happening to them. There's one soldier waiting. Are they going to be able to shut him down? Yes, they are. Well. Scouts clutches it. Nace clutches it, saves it for Sweden. And Ordinator has decided to stay around the second point because, hello, there comes Lynx. And everyone, look at everyone just retreating from the Swedes. They weren't even close.
White Glow and GDK, though, had got forward spawn. That's not going to help them because they've got no other thing. White Glow is trying to just hold off. He's going to get a couple stickies there as Forsaken comes in. Oh, air shot! Air shot there by GDK, but cannot finish Zebbosai off. He finishes on 15 health. Nice balls there from Zebbosai. That is why he is the soldier that everyone looks up to.
Needs to stay alive now, though. TheSucker's still going to be dead for the next 3 seconds. That means they get an advantage in their vulnerability for over, let's see, 10 seconds more or less. Which is obviously very, very useful to have. I mean, I think that stands for itself. We'll see, 40% is the advantage. That goes for about 10 to 15 seconds of building Uber. That means they have that exact same 10 to 15 seconds window to actually push in, kill off the medic, and play with that 10 seconds of invulnerability that you're going to so desperately need.
Yeah, they're going to do something which we call a dot push. Dot, because when you push on the dot, when on the dot it's exactly 100. Look at it, they're getting ready to go and they're on 98, 99, here we go, 100, here comes the push. Watch the Uber get exchanged. They've lost Ordi, Ordi's out by his own, and it's just going to be GDK and White Glow, and they know they've messed up here. But here comes some more help, but they have not got too far ahead.
90%, 90%. The Russians, they know they screwed up. They're getting out of there. But they lost the flank. Reko coming out with a double kill. They lost the flank completely. As Nace and Zebbosai both got taken down. And Beavern is watching the left-hand side. Need to be a little bit careful now, the Swedes. Like, you can't push in. Losing a player like that, it's still okay. But no, like this Uber, pointless. 100% pointless, Skully. They need to use it defensively, not offensively. And it gives the Russians back the advantage that they needed.
They've given them the exact momentum push that they needed, and is that a scout? Wow, Rek was going for the sucker. He was just going to stay there. He was just going to stay. Supposedly he was in that position where if he tried to run away, he would have been hunted. So look how far forward the Russians are now. They need this. The sticky, they picked up the sticky trap.
Here comes the ball. Yeah, the force. Okay.
But
it's
look,
an offensive pop, though. They were really close, Skully, so it's okay. They're going to move on. Lynx gets taken down. Don't drop any players now. Like, it's very important that the Russians don't drop any players now. They still have 6 alive. Now they're going to move on. They could have already been into last. Why are they not pushing on?
I don't know. They didn't have the numbers. They're going to have to wait now.
6.
Now comes no Uber push and Sucker. Oh, they gotta go back. They've got to go back because they cannot pit the scout.
They could if there was a window there,
GDK's
Skully.
too far forward. GDK is too far forward. He's not gonna get anything. How does GDK survive? How does GDK survive?
Oh my god! And even the arrow comes in to heal him at some point. The crossbow, fantastic play coming out there, and we see Ordinator surprisingly still alive. He's died like 1,000 times already so far this map. He's still alive. He's building that Uber at the moment. 80% versus 100. Swedes are not going to push this. They're just going to wait for the Russians to have it. And once again, the scoreline at the moment, 3-1 to Sweden. Anything can still happen. We have over 5 minutes remaining left on the clock. Anything is still possible. Forsaken now dying. That buys them another 20 seconds. Obviously, as Forsaken is spawning, he needs to walk up.
Oh,
and
the
Swedes
going.
Are they going?
They are going. Wow, this is something you'd only see with crits, and they've gone. Ubers have been exchanged. Is there going to be a scout going for the back cap? There is not. There is actually a scout holding, making sure there is no back cap. The Russians just want to get some frag.
The Russians get the advantage out of this. Look at this. One frag and a demo man weak. That is more than enough to actually push on. Do they have the balls to push on, though? Yes, I do want to say that bluntly. They don't. Look at that. They're just dropping out. Lynx was 60 HP. I can imagine there was a call that the demo man was very tagged. And apparently they didn't follow up on that call. They could have, but they didn't. And it's gonna buy Sweden, to be honest, another 30 to 40 seconds. Now Lynx goes down. Oh my god. Wow. 2 picks. What is Sweden doing? This is not buying time. This is just losing players and playing like some sort of amateurs. God.
This is wow. What is this? What is happening right now? This came out.
6 for nothing. 6 for nothing exchange suddenly out of nowhere. And the Russians say thank you very much. It's going to be 2-3 right now, and they still have the time to pull this back and even winning this map. 2-3 is the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. First map on CB Granary here in the TF2 Nations Cup for 6v6 nations. As we have Russia in the blue going up against Sweden in the red. 4 minutes left on the clock as we enter the 6th middle, Skully. I expect Lynx to be under a lot of pressure this time around.
Yeah, Lynx is almost like the weak link here. We didn't have a time to talk about.
He's going up top though. He's safe. He's safe.
But,
he's going top.
Look at the soul. Look at Zebbosai. Zebbosai gets nothing. That is usual. Jukebox gets nothing. And Ordi and Forsaken, the scout, the soldier duo. Wow, Ordi goes down, but that's not going to matter. They just want to. Are they going to go aggressive to get the sucker, or are they just going to be complacent with the cap? Here's what we see. We see the combo keep pushing, but they've left Nace. Okay, Nace goes down, so that's safe. Uber gets popped.
Oh, great pop from TheSucker, actually saving the scout there. Beavern is going to get the pick on GDK. Phil Uber coming out from White Lago, but the soldier Forsaken most likely going to clear everything. Look at the spread from the Swedes. That is perfect. And Forsaken, you need to hit that rocket, bro, or you're going to die. You're going to lose this game for your team.
Wow, that was balls. That was a ballsy move there from the Swedes. I'm going to say that is ballsy because they also just prevented any movement onto second that the Russians could. So now it's 3 minutes and the Russians need a cap. And I'm just trying to see here. There's a scout on the flank because this is a very flank-heavy map. And yet, we see it again. We have look double scout. They've got to block this.
Yep. Yeah, there's one soldier. One Swedish soldier coming back.
Lynx is coming as well.
Okay, all the Swedes just drop back. They're like, this is not going to happen a third time.
Rek got Zebbosai. That's a pick.
I'm not sure. Lynx is behind. Lynx gets taken down. Lynx is down, Skully.
And they've made the Swedes pop. And look at White Glow. White Glow has pulled out of there really good.
95. Oh my God.
He needs this.
No, they're gonna push, but this is never gonna work. It's 2 versus 4. They cannot actually push in here. Uber or not, you're not gonna manage to make this work. So, okay, they're making the correct decision. They're dropping out here. They're saving this Uber. They're gonna push back in a second as soon as the players respawn. But there's only 2 minutes left, and there's a scout actually on White Glove. Is he gonna have to pop? Great pipe! Oh my God, great play! That pipe from GDK, clutching it there.
Now the Russians have got the players. They have come back to mid. They have got all their team. It's 6 on 5, and they've got a 50% Uber advantage. They need to go, and I don't mean hold back and go. They need to go now. Yeah, it's 141. Soldier going for a bomb. Soldier popped him. Just don't forget about it. Just go for it. Yeah, they've lost half an Uber here. Oh, wow. They've got to be aggressive now. GDK is going to go for that sucker
pick. Come on, go. The Russians. Oh, Nace is going heavy. Okay, Sweden is going defensive mode. They realize they have Uber right now, 95%. And the Russians, are they going to build? I'm guessing, yes, they're going to build. They have the time. They have the time to build still and push and cap it. But they have one chance and one chance only.
No, engineer and heavy play real defensive. Sucker's 72. He's had to go back for help.
One
They've got
chance,
no medic.
Skully. One chance, and one chance only. This is it for the Russians. They need to cap. This is the first map, and we know the Swedes are good at Gully Wash. They're really good, or they're good at Snakewater, the third map. The Russians really would like to win this, or at least get a golden cap out of this to move forwards. But a heavy and a sentry and equal Ubers, it's going to be hard.
The sentry is only level 2 now, and now comes the Uber. So the key here,
40 seconds.
Focus the heavy. If the heavy Uber, don't pop it. Now they go. Here they go. Uber now comes off. It is late. Look at the time they've got the Uber. Watch what now. 30% of White Glow's Uber left while the Sucker pops it.
Okay,
Russians
25.
have to go back up.
25 seconds, Skully. So we're going to see the
Oh,
Denman goes
GDK
down. That's very important, but
That's a
Beavern
pick.
goes down. That's one pick each at the moment. We have 15 seconds left on the clock. The Russians are going to go for this.
They got no
and
choice.
the Heavy and the Sentry are going to be very hard to break. And no, the Russians don't have it. No,
Sentry,
the Swedes
not
are going to hold it. And the Swedes are going to win the first map here in the playoffs. 3-2 is going to be the scoreline. No magic, nothing like that. The Russians lost the first map here against the mighty Swedes, who are under the power of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, kind of working their way through here. 3-2 here on CP Granary. Moving on to the second map right now with Pledge, Skully, and Comedian here at VanillaTV. This is Team Fortress 2 in the Nations Cup playoffs for 6v6 nations. See you guys in just a second on CP Gully 1.